Ben Ahovecha, Hoikize Kamonecha, Yetowi Yeret, Mikvaidecha, Na Lam, Tadalalam, Tadalalam, Tadalalam. Ta-da-la-la-lam, ta-da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la- Ushmuel b'kaidei shemoi b'yamodono no yidaber aleim shamru eido yisoi v'choyna v'vosanamoi. Hey, la 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 la. La 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 da da la di la dam da la la da la da la da la dam da da dam bam 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 da la dam da da la 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 da la 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 Likras kala Penei Shabbos Nekabla Lechadaydi Likras kala Pen Melech Yeir Melocha Komiteye Chafechad Avelach Shevel B'yemek Kabacha V'hu Yachmal Allah Yechem La Yesayri Kiva Wayre Kumi Yari Shida Beiri Keveda Jem Allah Yemnigla La 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 da 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 Lechodoidi da 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 la la Likras Kala da 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 la da la da la da 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 la la Penei Shabbos Tekabela V'hoyel Shisai Shayi B'Shalei Materes Bala Hayam B'Simcha V'Zahala Haytay Chemunei Yam Segula Havayechala Havayechala Hay lechadei likras kahala la da la da da la da Penei Shabbos Nekameru B'nei Yisrael Es HaShabbos Lasois Es HaShabbos L'deirai Samiris Hailam babam 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 Ei beyeni Hoi Seilam Kishes Yom Hai Ladam ho, la da dum, dee da 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 dum, da la da la dum. Oh, everyone, l'chaim. L'chaim. So if you don't mind, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay? Next week's portion, it speaks about a man who had a tremendous amount of humility. He was tremendously humble. His name was Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses. The Torah next week's portion says, "V'ha'ish Moshe ona me'od mikol adam al pnei adama." Moshe Rabbeinu was the most humblest person on the face of the earth, and there was no one else like him, not even close, to his humility, to his humbleness. So I started thinking last night, I don't understand. You're telling me Moshe Rabbeinu, I don't care who he was, but it didn't go to his head? He was Moshe Rabbeinu. He reached the highest levels, the highest of the high, the holiest of the holy. He had the greatest leadership. He was the leader of all leaders. You're telling me it didn't go to his head? How was he able to be the most humblest person on the face of the earth and still be Moshe Rabbeinu? So I was doing some research on this, and I saw a beautiful thing by Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, the great Rabbi Sachs, and he says as follows: when many of us think about humility, we think about a lack of self-esteem, low self-esteem. We equate humility with a low self-esteem, and that is, says Rabbi Sachs, is completely wrong. On the contrary, a real onav, a real humble person knows exactly his talents, knows what he can accomplish, knows what he has to accomplish, but he doesn't throw it in anyone's face. Keeps it to himself. He does what he's got to do. He says what he's got to say. And sometimes he becomes outspoken, but he does what he's got to do. But no matter what, he knows one thing: not to throw it in anyone else's face. Which means, why won't he throw it in anyone's face? Because he realizes that his talents, no matter what our talents are, whether it's a doctor with his talents, an engineer with his talents, a psychologist with his talents, every person, each one of us have our talents. But we know our talents are not something that the Torah says that one day the Jews will say, I made it big. I did it on my own. No. Our talents, we know, are God-given. They're given to us by God, by the Almighty One, to use our talents, to refine the world, to use our talents in our own fields, to make the world a better place. And that means we know that we stand with our talents in the presence of someone who's much greater than us, who's much bigger than us, who is our source and who is our creator. We are just the creation. We're one of the creations of the creator. But all of our talents are given to us, each one, like I said last night, custom-made talents, a custom-made life for each one of us. And none of us can do what the other one has to do. We each have our own mission in life. So what humility is really is, if you look at it, Humility has a couple eyes in the word, but the eyes are silent. The eyes are silent in humility, so we can hear. They're silent. The eye is silent, so we can hear the thou. So we can hear the next person. So that is humility, humbling yourself and thinking of the next person. Today, I hear people say, if you have talents, flaunt them. Flaunt them. We want recognition. A true, humble person with true humility doesn't need any recognition. Because our recognition we get from the real one, from the one that really matters. And that is Hashem himself, the one who gave us his talents. He's the one who has to give us the recognition and say, are we using our talents correctly or not? Are we trying at least to live up to our potential? How many years does a person have already on this world? 80, 90, 95 years. If he's lucky, 100 years. 105 years. That's not a lot. That really isn't a lot. It's not a long time. And part of that time, imagine we're sleeping. And part of that time, we're doing what we have to do, other things. So how much time do we really have to live with our talents? To use our talents correctly? My friends, it's not about the I. It's about helping everyone else. We're living through such a crazy time. Look at what's going on in the world. Whether it's the coronavirus, whether it's finally the coronavirus is, they call the word, I believe, curving. The numbers are curving. Right? Dr. Singer, is that a right word? Shkoyach. I learned something from you, Doc. The numbers are lowering. We're starting to open up outdoors, indoors, restaurants, soon the gym, soon here, soon there. And all of a sudden, boom, everything has to close again. Not only do they have to close, they have to be boarded up. Not only that, it's not enough that they didn't work for 2 months, 2.5 months. Businesses in New York and Manhattan, businesses in LA, destroyed. But if we think about it, I've spoken about this so many times in our synagogue from the pulpit. We've gone through this every time, every generation in history. Another program. If you look at the clips, all these video clips, doesn't it look like a crystal nacht? Doesn't it look like another program? What was a program? I don't know if anyone of you ever lived through a program, but I'm sure we all watched Fiddler on the Roof. And I'm not saying it as a joke. That depicted what a program was like. You had a wedding, you had a shul. They destroyed it. In Montreal, there was a small shul that was closed for 2 months. And someone vandalized it not only with graffiti, took the Sefer Torahs, took the sitters, took the Torah scrolls, flushed them, ripped them up, flushed them down the toilets. Is that not a program? We're living through crazy times, and we must remember one thing. We are part of this history. We are part of this story. And my friends, I'm going to say again, yet let's not sit back and just watch what's going on. Let's make the world a better place. And I'm not saying go out and fight, God forbid. I'm not saying go out and protest. What I am saying is, let's each one of us no matter who, no matter what, no matter our ages. We all have a mission, and as long as we are on this world, we all have to fulfill our mission. And that mission is to make the world a better place. And the way I'm going to make it a better place, and the way you're going to make it a better place, two different ways. But we have to do the same thing. The way we do it, different ways. That's why we're different people. No two people are alike. No one has the same talents. No one has the same mission. But if we take our talents and change, impact one person, impact just one person. It says if we save one person, it's like we save an entire world. And if we impact one person, we didn't only impact his world, we impacted all his future worlds. Like I say all the time, even when we're not going to be around on this world anymore, we're not going to know those future generations. But we had an impact on them. We did it. So my dear friends, let's use our talents for the right purpose. As long as we're down here, God gives us years, and may God give us all many happy, healthy, and long years. And may we accomplish and keep on accomplishing. And I say specifically also to my good friend Dr. Goldberg, who does such holy work out there on the fronts, keeping people healthy, risking his own life, helping people, saving their lives, trying very hard, making them happy, comforting them. And there's so many, like Dr. Goldberg, like each one of us. We each have our talents. Each one of us. So let's use them. And let's conquer the world. So you're going to tell me I'm just a little guy in the world. The world is big. How can I change the world? How can I conquer the world? You don't have to. Let's start with ourselves, and let's start with our families, and let's start with our neighbors and our friends. And let's build like a building block, Lego. And what happens? You take one little part at a time, build and build and build till you have mamish empire, a castle. Oh, my good friends, let's use our talent. Wonderful, wonderful Shabbos. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Hey, good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Hey, good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Hey, good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Good Shabbos, everyone.